welcome to ICER 2021. You've probably found Clowdr by now, and maybe you logged in and you wonder, what's going on here? How do I find my way around? How's that conference going to work in here? I'd like to give you a quick overview so that you can get the most out of this conference experience. Let's get started by why you're here. You may have come here because you're presenting a paper or a poster, so you want to show your work, your interesting research to a large community who is interested in similar things. Or you may be here because you want to see all those cool presented papers and posters and ideas, and so you're mostly here to watch. But I hope that most of you are here really to participate and to work together, to talk to each other, to find new collaborations, new ideas, get inspired. And in a way, the platform here is enabling that in the best possible way, I think, for a virtual conference. Everything is inside this Clowdr platform, and you can find everything from any page you are. So on the left-hand side of every page, you have a menu to navigate the conference. You have 4 buttons. At the top, you can explore the conference program, the schedule and contents. Next, with the coffee cup, you can socialize and find people and rooms to chat in. Then you have all your stuff. That means, for example, your profile or the backstage rooms where you have to present, or your favorite events in the schedule. And you can always get back to the home page with this home button. On the right-hand side of every page, you have this participate menu where you can chat with messages that are specific to the page you're on. So every page has its own chat. You can see the lists of all the chats you're subscribed to. So you can quickly go back to a chat and continue. And you have the ability to see who else is on the same page at the same time, and then you can chat with them. Let me first talk about how you can find stuff in Clowdr. So first, finding events. The main thing of a conference is a program with scheduled events. It takes a certain amount of time and then it's over. So by the top button, you can explore the program, the schedule of the program. And in the person button, My Stuff, you can see your personalized schedule. If you look at the full schedule of the program, you can navigate by day. We have 4 conference days, and then you see all the events there. And you can click on an event to see more information and then click to get to the page specifically with all the details about that event. You can also find contents. So all the stuff that's being presented at the conference is presented on its own page. So every item of content, meaning every paper, every poster, the keynote, and many other things. You find that content by clicking on that button and then browsing contents. On there you have a bunch of tags. So all the contributions are tagged by one or more of those tags, and you can find them by clicking on the tag. So you can click on paper and you will see all the 30 papers. Or you can click on one of the yellow topic buttons and you will see all the content that's not just papers, that may be the keynote or lightning talks, on a specific topic you're interested in. Last but not least, you can find people. Conference is about people, so you can go, click on socialize, and on there you'll find one of those tabs that lists everybody who is registered in the conference. So that's not all the authors necessarily, that's the people who are registered for the conference. So maybe people who don't actually have a paper or a poster and are just here to interact with you. You can search by name, by affiliation, and you see that people have badges, so you can also search by badge. For example, you could look at who are the volunteers, or who is hiring at the moment, or who is looking for a position. All of that is expressed with those badges. Next, you can interact with the others. I hope you're here to participate, and so interaction is the important component here. You can do that asynchronously in text chats or synchronously in video group chats. To get to a text chat, you can use the menu on the right, and for every page you will have a different chat. Each content item, so a paper or a poster, has its text chat. Each room, so if you're in a room watching something, talking with somebody, there's a text chat as well. and even each person. So if you find a person, you can direct message that person and have a text chat all inside the platform. And then you can find all your chats that you pinned and quickly go back and continue. You can also request to be notified when there's a new message in a chat, so you can quickly go and follow up. How do the text chats work? Here's an example. What happens if you open up the text chat pane? It will be on the right-hand side of your window. At the bottom you see 3 little buttons. The first means when you're composing something there, it will be posted as a normal message. The second one is a question, so that you can use when you have a question for an author, for example, if they're presenting something. And the last one is a poll. You see an example of a poll that I posted above. So all the other people who see that chat can then answer. It's a little bit like a Twitter poll. So it's a good idea maybe for an author, if they want to engage the audience, to poll the audience about some idea in their paper. And then they get some feedback and they can start a conversation. Finally, we have reactions. Those are those little emoticons here. You can post them by clicking on them and they'll go straight to the chat. But if you do the same when there is a live presentation on the left in the window, then this will also be a floating reaction that everybody can see. And so you can have an engagement between audience and the presenters. So I heavily encourage you to use those during presentations. The second kind of communication is video chats. How can you find them? In the navigate menu, if you go to the program and you go to one of those things like an exhibition with posters, you end up on a posters page, then you find the discussion room button. Click on that and you end up in a video chat. The same happens for breaks. So our breaks are scheduled. You can of course take a real break, or you can have a conversation about a topic. We have prepared several rooms, discussion rooms with different topics for the breaks. Join one that you're interested in. You also have this idea of welcome sessions. We'll talk about that later. They're also video chat rooms. Then you can go to the coffee cup to socialize. You don't only find all the people there, but you also find rooms that you can create or anybody else can create on their own. You can give it a title. It will show up there for others to join you. There's already one existing, the help desk, you can go to and ask questions. Then there are shuffle rooms. You can't go there directly. They will be used during roundtable discussions in the scheduled time slots, where you'll be pushed into a shuffle room. You can discuss the papers and then join the Q&A session afterwards. And finally, there are the backstage rooms. Those are basically TV studios. You can go into a backstage if you're presenting something live. So for paper Q&A sessions, those are live, you go to the backstage. So if you're an author of a paper, make sure 10 minutes at least before the Q&A session starts that you appear in the backstage, you set up everything. There's going to be a volunteer in the backstage in the TV studio who might help you if you have a problem with the microphone, the camera, the screen sharing or so. Same for the keynote session and for lightning talk presentations, where the people presenting lightning talks during a given session, a 20-minute session, they will have a very short time slot in which they present their talk, and the session chairs will be there sharing the slides, screen sharing the slides, and the presenters will talk, all of them in the same video chat, in a backstage. The audience will see this in the big room as a broadcast. They will not be in the video chat, they will just watch and they can react. So here is how it looks when you're in a video chat. This is me chatting with just myself and sharing my own screen. So you have those buttons at the top where you can choose which microphone to use, which camera to use. So if for some reason people can't see or hear you, this may be a way to figure out why. Also, you want to unmute yourself and actually start the video. You can share your screen. You can share the whole screen or a window, or if you have Chrome as a browser, you can even share just one of the tabs. And finally, if you want to leave, you just click the button and you're out of there. Now, you want to be found in this community. You arrive here, and so you want to make sure the other people can find you, no matter whether you're an author or the keynote speaker or somebody who is here to just connect and see what's going on. For this reason, I recommend you set up your profile. You can do that. It will be shown as a little tile when people search for other people. You see that photo, the name, and some, we call them badges. When you click on that tile, you get a pop-up with your more extensive version of the profile. You can click on View Profile and you see a whole page with your profile. And you can edit the profile. You see the Edit Profile button. There's a way to modify everything, upload a picture, type in a biography using Markdown, create your own badges. We recommend you use mentor and mentee, hiring or hire me, and whatever else you want to create. Second, we recommend you join the welcome sessions. You participate in the welcome sessions. They're made for people who join the community and are new to the community to meet people who already are well established in the community. For that, we scheduled 4 sessions. You can click on them. You'll get a little pop-up. You can click on View the Exhibition, and then you see not just the 4 time slots, but also a bunch of chat rooms, video chat rooms. So if you click on the little discussion room button there, you end up in a video chat room and you can start talking to each other. We'll announce that in the opening session. Finally, I strongly recommend you leave messages for authors. You can go to the chat of any contribution, be that a keynote, a paper, a poster, whatever. You open up the chat and ask questions, leave a comment, start a discussion with the authors. The authors probably will subscribe to their chat with the yellow bell button at the top. And so when you post something and the authors are logged into Clowdr during the conference, they will see a notification and they can immediately respond, and maybe you start a video chat with the authors to continue, all within Clowdr. If you want to have more information about ICER and how it's implemented here in Clowdr, there is a page, ICER Clowdr Experience FAQ, where you see details for what you can do as an author of a paper or as a presenter of a paper and so on. Then if you're in the backstage because you're presenting something, there will be a volunteer, a person who can help you. Ask them if you need help. They will have a little badge on their name, so you see that's a volunteer. And there's a text chat and a video chat called the help desk. If you can't find the answer in any other way, you go there and you ask, and we'll gladly help. So again, welcome to ICER and enjoy the conference.